Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video, and today I'm going mixed media. A while back I was home for 2 days from work for the only purpose of making scrapbooking, scrapbooking layouts and do voiceovers for videos. And I had a couple of really wonderful days, and I had so much fun, and especially I got to do these kind of therapeutical layouts that I had on my mind, and this one was the first that I decided to do. So I used one of my pre-gessoed papers, yes, that's the technical term, and that I have stored in my mixed media box, and it's dry since months ago, and I just went ahead with some gelato sticks and some Neocolor crayons, and together with a wet baby wipe I totally just spread these lovely green-yellow colors onto this sheet of pre-gessoed paper. And when I had formed the kind of base background, I started to messy it up with some different kinds of ink sprays. So I'm mixing Heidi Swap Shine and dilution ink spray to create more interest to this background. And I'm drying it a bit with the heat tool to make it set a bit before I just dab it off with a towel. I remember that this process, the artistic process, or the creative process, was very emotional for me, because I wanted to use strong colors, I wanted to make an impact with color, and I wanted to mix them, and I wanted to get messy, and I was very much into this process, and I was working very almost like in a frenzy, a creative frenzy, if you can call it that. And here I have brought out a stencil. This is actually a cake decorating stencil of cherry blossoms, and I have bought it from AliExpress from China then, and I'm using it here together with white modeling paste on top of my page. And I thought these cake stencils, they were very cheap, and I thought they were very fun, and it reminded me of the fact that you can find stencils not only in the arts and crafts department, and also in the cake and the cooking sections, and I think that was also a fun reminder. I didn't make this modeling paste pattern all over the page. I've been leaving the left lower corner for a photo, and this is a photo of myself and my daughter, and now I'm going crazy with this rather childish stamp set that I bought last year when I was in Stockholm, and it's one of those office kind of stamp sets that they sell in the bookstore, and it's for people that aren't really into stamps, but they sell them together with a ink pad, just perhaps to enjoy the kids or whatever. It's not really for artistic use, but I thought they had some really nice symbols, and I'm going totally crazy on the layout with these stamp symbols, and I'm using all of them because in my thought at this moment they reminded me of expressions and feelings and turmoil and love and anger and everything that you can have in your head at one time, and the cloud, the sun, the different the bomb, the ghost and everything, the peace sign. It's the whole spectrum of feelings, really, and I wanted it to be messy onto this page, and the stamping isn't really clear or anything even close to clear, and sometimes you can see the edge of the actual stamp, because I got ink on the border of the stamp, so there's a little square around it, but I didn't mind at all. I just created this mess, and I was just I was hitting the paper with the stamps. This was a very emotional like process for me, and everything, I was really concentrated on what I was doing. And lately we have been in a very emotional kind of stage in my family, and we have been really we have needed to evaluate ourselves and the way we work and everything like that. And this has been very very emotional and very challenging, especially for me, I think, because I have had to kind of meet myself in one of those ways where it's not really comfortable all the time. And now back to the layout. I had like a small plastic net. I store these things together with my mixed media supplies, and that net I placed a little dab of like fabric inside of it, and now I'm using that net to dab gesso onto the page to tone it down and to make the impression that there's layers onto layers on this page, and give some parts of the page more detail. So that netting gave a slight pattern. It's not a brush stroke or anything. It's like a crisscross pattern, and I like that. I kind of collect materials that I keep in this almost like a little bag, and I like to use it for spreading paint, just creating something different. Now I'm using my paint dabbers from Rangers, and I'm spraying the dabber top with water to make the paint more juicy, and then I'm just smashing it onto the page, creating this splatter effect, which I think is really fun. And I'm going with the same colors. I'm going with the green and the yellow, the orange, and picking up some of the colors in the background. I don't think that I did the effect with the yellow, but there's still a lot of yellow in the page. And now drying everything to make it a bit more easy to work with. And I'm just checking to see if the photo still fits. Now I have decided that I want to work more with the pattern from the stenciling. So I'm bringing out my watercolors, and I'm choosing a very hot pink color for my flowers. And now I will go over this with a paintbrush on all the pretty leaves and flower blossoms there. And this is actually not like painting the flowers. This is part of the process. I wanted to work with this and bring out the paint, and I wasn't happy with the paint I had chosen, so I brought out a hot pink gelato stick instead and continued my coloring with that one. If I had wanted the cherry blossoms to be all pink from the beginning, I would have colored the modeling paste. But this is kind of the process. This painting process is more important to me at this moment, and I'm adding the pink to kind of lift the spirit in this page. And by using the paintbrush, I can make some of them light pink and some of them a very strong pink. And I'm just making a a colored piece here, and I'm doing messy things on paper. It's like a play. you don't ever know what you'll end up with, but you wanted to try, and you want it to be a process, and you want to let it happen as it happens. And this was the decisions that I made during my process. I'm drying everything again, and you can still see the stamping that I did with all those symbols. And oh, here's something that you didn't see, that the branches in these cherry blossom twigs, I colored them in brown, but that was obviously off camera. I don't think that it was meant to be like that, because sometimes my camera just stops recording, and that's probably what happened here. But now you can see the branches a bit more, and the whole impression that this is actually cherry blossoms, it becomes more obvious. Now I brought out my magnetic stamps from Making Memories. I've had these since I started scrapbooking, so they are one of my oldest tools in my stash. And I have 2 alphabets, and I have, I think, 1 set of sentiments, and I love them, and I always think that I should use them more, but then I forget about them, and then I bring it out again. So in the following process videos, you will see more of these stamp sets, I think, because I have been using them quite a lot recently. The word that I'm stamping here is heritage, and this is obviously what's been on my mind lately, the heritage that I have gotten, and the heritage that I have passed on to my daughter. And this is, it's been painful, but it's also a process of understanding myself, and it's very good, but it has been challenging strength-wise. It has cost a lot of like mental strength for me, but I also at the same time I realized that you have to live with what you've been dealt, and it's part of life, and you need to do the best with what you have got, and yeah, that's a thing that's growing inside of me right now, that I have the possibility to do good with what I have. And I wanted to layer the photo on something, and I brought out these these rolls of it's almost like streamers. Oh, what's that called? I don't remember what it's called, but you can see in the photo it's these thin paper rolls, and I chose a couple of different colors. I think I will bring in orange as well, and then I had tissue paper in green, and I wanted to use that as well, because I wanted to make the corner with the photo the same colors as the actual layout. Yeah, here's a strip of that orange as well. And I thought that this thin, almost like floating paper or flying paper, it was a very nice and delicate effect towards this heavy painted and yeah, really heavy painted background. I had some problem getting it to stick to the photo, because everything was moving, and I wanted it to be in a special way, but in the finished layout I think that it looks really nice, and I used liquid glue to adhere everything to the page. Sometimes I think it's really hard to adhere things onto mixed media, but wet glue or liquid or hot glue works the best. Yeah, and this is the finished page. I'm really happy about this, because the process was very important to me. Here are some close-ups of the finished page, and you still see these expression stamps, in the background, but on top of it there's these lovely pink blossoms, and the colorful background it's everything's together, and it looks really bright and cheerful. But at the same time you have these ghosts and the skull and bones and the arrow or the flashes. So it's a very emotional kind of double-sided project. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon here on my channel again. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.